Hey Steven Universe fans, this is Haley from Cartoon Universe, and today I'm going to talk about something that has pretty much existed ever since the show began. Even long before the Diamond Authority was confirmed, people always speculated that if there was a ruler of the gems, it would be a diamond, and with that began the search for this said ruler of the gems, because perhaps they had come to Earth for one reason or another, and their visit became permanent. For many of you, the question of if we have seen White Diamond, or any of the diamonds in gem form, with the exception of Yellow Diamond, who we definitely know is still around, is quite silly, especially at the current point we are in the series. But that has not stopped many people from reaching out to us about potential diamond sightings. I will admit that these sightings have gone down a lot ever since we learned what each of the diamonds look like, as we now have a full view of each of them. But with the exception of Yellow Diamond, we still do not know the current whereabouts of the rest of the original Diamond Authority. Yes, I do know that many of you insist that Pink Diamond was shattered, and that may in fact be true despite my doubts about this claim. But even if she was shattered, it is definitely possible that we have seen or will eventually see the remains of her, unless she was grinded up into pigment, much like we saw in Together Breakfast, and then burned, which to be honest is quite horrifying to think about. And as I said before, we now know what each of the diamonds look like, from the shapes of their body to the cuts of their gemstone, making some of what I am about to talk about pretty nonsensical. In any case, this can serve as a history lesson of sorts for those who were not in the fandom back when people were discussing some of these sightings. So to start off, I think it would be cool to take a look back at the sightings that were definitely proven wrong. In Steven the Sword Fighter, many people saw the broken Diamond Authority symbol and the gems on each corner of the ancient Sky Arena and concluded that each gem we see here is a diamond. Things were more convincing due to the Diamond Authority symbol we see floating in the Sky Arena. The pink diamond was crumbling, much like one of the sides of the arena. Putting two and two together meant that each of these statues represented the diamonds, with the crumbling one being Pink Diamond. And after we saw Yellow Diamond, these statues were still a possibility, as Yellow Diamond actually looks similar to one of the statues. But eventually seeing Blue Diamond and then White Diamond in mural form disproved this claim. What these statues are exactly is unclear, but one can speculate. I've heard many variations, but they seem to be warriors of some sort, judging by how their weapons are out. This makes sense because this was an arena. These may have been notable figures in gem history, but just like everything else, this is unclear. I may go further with this analysis in the future, but that would be for another video. But speaking of things I have covered, there is the mural in Serious Steven. This was my first video, and I have mentioned it in many videos after. People speculate that the gem Rose was fighting against is a diamond. As we see surrounding the gem are a bunch of diamond shapes, and a battle like this is definitely mural worthy. But there are several problems with this photo, the biggest one being that this does not look like any of the diamonds. Also, diamonds are huge, much bigger than Rose, and that about wraps it off for those types of sightings. Continuing on, because we saw Blue Diamond active only thousands of years ago, and we have had no mention of White Diamond at all, people still search for their gemstones in past episodes. This could mean that they are either seen bubbled, or were seen as a corrupted gem, which was later bubbled. Although after learning more about the weapon that corrupted the gems on Earth, the likelihood of a diamond leaving another diamond behind is very unlikely. But I will talk about these sightings nonetheless. In Serious Steven, the temple was powered by a gem. The gem that was actually seen resembles a diamond quite well. It is white in color and very big. It's also interesting to note that the centerpiece that held the gem looks like it could possibly be a diamond, just from the way it is presented. Although most ancient gem art does tend to look like this, so pretty much any gem that we see with that style can look like a diamond in some form. While the cut of this gem matches up really well to that of an actual diamond, the location of it does not match White Diamond's. But to think that thousands of years ago White Diamond was placed in here just to make a death trap is a bit of a stretch. Nonetheless, I would really like to see the sheer amount of power a diamond could give to something if it was placed in an object. It could probably do something of this magnitude, or way more. Perhaps it would be like at the moon base, and it could have been great. Maybe a diamond was in that orb, and powered the place. Yeah, that was a bit of a stretch. But seriously, what is up with that place? So next up is Blue Diamond, who's almost certainly on Homeworld, but until she is seen again in the present, there are some still possible sightings. For this, we can look towards the episode Horror Club, where the corrupted gem in this episode is very big and blue. It also interacts with Steven, and he can sense its feelings. However, it does seem that this gem had some sort of sense of what it was doing, and was able to hurt people on purpose. If it was a diamond, then it would have made sense that it had a vendetta against the crystal gems. This means that it should have attacked them when they were first in the lighthouse where this gem was in Keep Beach City Weird. But it did not, so this is probably just another random corrupted gem like others in this video. Now that we have covered White and Blue Diamond, lastly we have Pink Diamond. First is the possibility that she is not shattered, but is instead bubbled somewhere. And in Catch and Release and Monster Reunion, we see a pink gem in the burning room in a bubble that is shaped like a typical diamond. There are two big points against this sighting, however. First off is the size of the gem. From what I have seen, this gem appears to be quite small, definitely not diamond sized. Although we don't know the true size of Pink Diamond, I would think her gem would be big, as diamonds are supposed to be very powerful, and more importantly is the shape of the gem. I am no real life gem expert. From what I have seen, the common cut for a diamond looks like what we saw here, with a crown or top that is shaped like a hexagon. But the diamonds in the show have crowns that are literally diamond shaped, so I don't think a sighting like this has much validity. But what I think would be instead interesting is seeing the shards of Pink Diamond. In Secret Team, we see shards of gems, with many of them being pink. Maybe these are the remnants of Pink Diamond that were not used for something else. Or for a theory that I saw was popular, I do see it as an intriguing possibility that the moss that bloomed in Lars and the Cool Kids was in fact the remains of Pink Diamond. While I do not see this as totally likely, the flowers did have pink shards on them, but that was probably due to their connection with rose quartz. Or, like I have previously guessed, it is possible that Pink Diamond is in the chest in Lion's Mane, and that covers Pink Diamond sightings. By looking at all these sightings, I think it is pretty easy to say that none of these are in fact actual diamonds. While it is certainly a fun possibility, there is evidence against each of them that can lead us to believe that any of these are legit. However, there's something to note. It does not seem like the Crewniverse to put a bunch of things like this in for no reason. Or it is possible that they thought that it would be obvious that these are not diamonds. We may never know their true intentions. I mean, there are a ton of gems out there, so some were bound to look like diamonds after all. So what do you guys think? Or was the crew of the show really trying to hint at something with a few of these sightings? Tell me down in the comments. Anyway, that wraps up this theory video. But before I go, I would like to give a shout out to an amazing new patron, Jerry. Those who become a patron on our Patreon get a shout out, plus Cartoon Universe stickers, an exclusive behind the scenes look into the making of these videos, and much more depending on the reward level chosen. As always, feel free to check out some of our other Steven Universe videos. I totally cannot wait for Gem Harvest, so expect videos about it as soon as it airs. Thanks for watching!